Hey, it's Seth Bennett, and I wanted to reach out to you all today. I hope you're doing well. Uh, really wanted to highlight and kind of take a look at what are the current market conditions we're in here in Fort Wayne, Indiana, sort of as a view from my angle as a mortgage lender, looking at buyers that I've worked with in the past and kind of buyers moving forward and what is going on in the market and how it may impact you. And so what I wanted to do is really take a look at what is an average renter paying in Fort Wayne? And so, with a lot of the developments going on downtown, overall, a lot of momentum for the city, it has really driven up rent prices. Also, with a lack of housing, they're kind of gone up. So, looking right now, a two-bedroom apartment here in Fort Wayne typically, on average, is going to rent for around $900. So, that may be higher or lower depending on where you're at, but average $900. Also looking at that where rent prices are, the cost of rent that typically is going up right now at a rate of about 5 to 7% a month or a year, excuse me. So that's going to continue to go up. And so couple that with the fact that we're currently in a seller's market and home values right now here in Fort Wayne are higher really than they've ever been. And certainly the amount of growth over the last 2 to 3 years has never really been seen before in our Fort Wayne market. A lot of people out there are kind of concerned about where the home values are, especially if you look back to 3, 4 years ago and say a 3 bedroom, 2 bath, 1,400 square foot house cost back then versus it does now. Certainly values have gone up. So I just wanted to kind of take a look at that and compare versus rent and kind of put some data together to show you what you're looking at. So in all reality, what I like to look at more is what is a payment and what's your monthly affordability. So again, going back to that average rent of $900, if we're going to compare that to really right now with where mortgage rates are and the price to purchase a home, along with mortgage insurance, taxes, insurance, all that kind of stuff, really a resulting mortgage payment based on rates right now is going to be about $950, and so that's at a purchase price of $150,000. So comparing that versus continuing to rent at $900 a month. But then there's that aspect of we're way up high in values or compared to where we have been, and we've got to be on a bubble and home prices have got to come down. I actually talked to my mom about this not too long ago, and she's somewhat concerned about that, and she's been in the business for 25 years. So that may happen. So I wanted to compare that to what happens if home values decrease over 10% over the next year, and you say time it, and you're able to buy a home a year from now for 10% less than what they are now. So there I looked at a purchase price of $135,000. Again, we're talking the same house, but keep in mind with where mortgage rates have been, we're anticipating those to go up over the next year. So factoring in that with a whole percent higher in rate, you really are looking at the same cost to purchase a home a year from now than what you'd be looking at today. And then when you compare that to rent, things really get interesting. So there's a couple numbers here that I really wanted to go over, and that is when you look at the rent versus principal payment over the next 5 years. If you continue to rent right now, you're looking at about $60,000 that you'll pay in rent, versus if you buy now, you should have about $13,500 in equity in that same time frame. And then you expand that out actually over 10 years, and you look at over 10 years, if you were to buy now, you could build yourself about $50,000 worth of equity in a home versus just throwing your money to rent. So again, understand that prices are high and it is a seller's market, but when comparing that to rent, comparing that to mortgage rates going up, it is a great time to buy. So if you'd like one of these presentations specifically catered to you, and so we can dial in the rent, we can dial in, a purchase price or resulting mortgage payment and what you're comfortable affording, I'm happy to do so. Really anything I can do to help provide you information as you look to enter home ownership or potentially maybe even move up and buy your second home, I'd love to help. So give us a call, 260-338-4440, or give me an email at loans@260mortgage.com. Thanks again, and hope to be hearing from you soon.